Hey everyone, I'm continuing my series on the People 100 Most Beautiful People list. That's from People magazine, and this look is going to be a Carrie Underwood inspired look. And so that means after looking at a lot of different pictures, what I've noticed her looks usually don't have a lot of dewiness on the face. It's usually pretty like a matte, flawless face with not a lot of heavy contouring or anything like that. A neutral to nude lip, and then the focus is really on the eyes with liner, mascara, and I'm going to take you through some suggested products to help you achieve this look, and it's really not too difficult to do, but even for me it did use a few different strategies than what I'm used to. So if you want to see how I pulled off the look, keep on watching. Alright guys, I'm kind of in the middle of working on the face look. What I've gone ahead and done is applied some of my, this is just an awesome concealer, guys. It's the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer. My color is light here. You get a big tube of it. It's a Sephora product, and it really rivals the coverage of my Bobbi Brown concealer, only it's not so thick. So I really like that for the eye area so much. So I've applied that there. Since Carrie's look, in terms of her face makeup, more often than not, she's seen with a very matte look, something that appears to be maybe somewhat full coverage. And so full coverage matte, to me, that equals Everyday Minerals Intensive Foundation. My shade that I used is medium beige neutral, and so that intensive is the highest coverage formula you can get from Everyday Minerals. So I applied that all over. I set that concealer with my Abbot's Perk Me Up mineral concealer, so just like kind of a peachy yellowish toned powder that really cancels out that any discoloration around your eye area. Now what we're going to do is kind of try to get some color in the face now, and I'm going to be using a product from Bare Minerals, and this is the Faux Tan. So this is a sort of just a bronzer, basically, but it's a pretty deep shade. So I'm going to use a really fluffy kabuki brush, and I'm going to just apply this. You can see instantly where that color starts to show up. I'm going to apply it on my forehead, down my nose. I just kind of want to overall just bronze up the look a little bit. This has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not like a dramatic amount. So if you want just a light dusting, just if you feel like, well, you want to tan up your skin a little bit more, you know, maybe grab another bronzer. I have my Milani powder bronzer in light, and I'm just going to swirl that a little bit and just kind of swirl all over. This is an entirely matte powder. As far as Carrie's cheeks go, generally speaking, she's got a really pretty sort of peachy flush to them, but it's not like a real harsh contour or anything else has been done there. So I'm going to be using my Everyday Minerals blush in Snuggle, which is a pretty kind of light apricot peach shade, and just going to get some of that on my brush and apply that here on my cheeks, and just gives us that really pretty peachy glow that Carrie has. Alright guys, the first thing I applied to my eyes was my L'Oreal De-Crease eye primer. I kind of just use that interchangeably with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, so either one seems to be working pretty well for me most of the time. So then I'm going to grab a new palette that I got from Physicians Formula, and it is a Smokey Hazel Eyes Custom Eye Enhancing Shadow and Liner. And I realize I have brown eyes, but for some reason the colors in the Smokey Hazel Eyes just kind of caught my eye more, and I don't have as many of them. I like this burgundy shade down here. So anyway, I'm going to take, to put all over my lid, this second shade from the top here. It's kind of just a sort of goldeny light champagne shade, and so I'm going to pack that on my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and just apply that all over my lid. It seems like it does vary from picture to picture, but for the most part, Carrie's eyeshadow isn't too terribly intense, but it's the liner and the lashes that really bring out her eyes. So this eyeshadow look is really going to be not too difficult and not too involved, but it will give us a nice frame for the the lashes and all the rest. So just apply that all over your lid, just a nice sparkly shade there. And then, if I can find my brush, I'm going to take the shade that's second from the bottom, this burgundy color, and I'm going to use my this Coastal Scents brush, and I don't have the name readily available, but it is just the perfect size little crease brush here, and it's so soft and dense. And I'm going to dip it in that sort of burgundy shade and just run that in my crease here. And just going, basically covering the entire crease from end to end with that. Just warming it up a little bit and keeping it kind of, you know, natural there. Maybe put a little bit more on the outer half. Okay. And then we're going to go in for this black shade all the way at the bottom. And this we're going to use kind of sparingly. We're going to keep actually a really light touch. This shade can do a lot more than we're going to do with it for this look, but I'm going to take my fine crease brush, my really small one from Essence of Beauty, and get a little bit on your brush and just deepen up the outer half ever so slightly. Carrie, in a lot of just normal pictures, doesn't have a huge big outer V going on, but there is a little depth there, so we're just going to deepen that up ever so slightly. And like I said, that black shade can definitely do more than we're doing with it right now, but we want to keep it diffused here. Okay. So just like so. And then another interesting thing I've noticed after kind of doing my homework here, she doesn't do a lot with like a bold shimmery shade up at the top. So I'm just going to use that same shade that I used all over the lid, get a really light amount on a really fluffy brush. I'm going to use my Smashbox number 10 so it doesn't get too concentrated anywhere, and just apply that shade along the brow bone area there, and just blending out the borders of the other colors we applied. Alright, now for liner. This is just a real characteristic thing of Carrie's looks. Liner is just ever present in what you see her in. So I'm going to take my Revlon Colorstay liquid liner in Blackest Black. Black seems to be her shade on the eyes, so I'm taking that from inner corner to outer corner, and I'm not necessarily making this the thinnest line I've ever made. I'm kind of making it just a little bit thicker. We are going to be laying some false lashes on top, so that can, if you do a little thicker line in anticipation of false eyelashes, that can help you out because you won't see that band as much when you lay it down. Okay, so going back to the outer side, and we are going to wing it out a little bit. She does have a little bit of a winged look, and that's partially created by the eyelashes, but partially also by the liner. So just going to fill that in there. And there you go. There is your upper liner. And just correct any little mistakes there. Like I said, thick, black, that's kind of the key there. And then for lower liner, I'm going to be using a little different technique. I'm going to be doing some water liner work, and I do like the Mineral Wear talc-free mineral eyeliner pencil in Ultra Black from Physicians Formula. I just feel like this is really gentle. It hasn't caused any like watering of my eyes, because you guys know I'm not one that typically puts liner in the waterline, but this just doesn't cause any irritation or anything like that. So, and it stays on really well. So, I just like how soft it is. One thing with Revlon Colorstay is that it's not the softest liner. You know, it stays a super long time, but it's also, you know, it doesn't have a ton of moisture in it, and that's part of the reason why it stays. So we're going all the way to the inner corner here, just like that. And then on the outer corner, go ahead and go on your natural lash line just for the outer part, and blend it down like that. And I realize that won't look like it's really fitting in right at this moment, but we're going to take this handy blender tip that comes on the end of this, which is one reason why I like it so much, and just blend that outer portion there. Just blend it out. It's going to kind of add to the shape of our eye there on the outer corner. So one more liner technique I've just kind of picked up. It's amazing what you can pick up if you really start looking overall at a person's makeup. I mean, you can figure out a lot of patterns that they use that, you know, you might not think about otherwise. We're going to come back to the eyeshadow palette now. I'm going to be taking this sort of silvery shade right here. It's probably the second darkest shade in the palette. And I'm going to take my Coastal Scents Taklon liner brush, angled brush that I love so much, and I'm going to go over what I've done there. And this is staying on our natural lash line. And just apply that here. This will create a nice fade out from that stark black that is on the waterline. So just apply that all over there. Fade it down even more. I'm going to take this taupe shade right in the middle of the palette here. Get some of that on your liner brush and just go under that all. And we know the lashes are a big part of Carrie's look as well, just like the liner. So I'm going to curl my top lashes, hold it there for 15 seconds, and I'm going to apply my Mineral Wear mascara, which I got that liner I've been using free with this mascara. And I'm going to apply that. This is an ultra black as well. I'm going to apply it on the top and bottom lashes. And then I'm going to put on my Revlon Fantasy Lengths Defining Lashes. So that's not the most intense false eyelashes that I have of those self-adhesives, but I'm going to apply those using my own glue since I am using them kind of over and over again. And I will return to show you the finished look. Okay guys, just one more thing I wanted to make note of. Carrie's lower lashes, though they look thick, they don't look super long. My lower lashes, for some odd reason, are kind of long. So what I'm doing, instead of taking my mascara wand and running it the entire length of the lower lashes, I'm kind of just putting it on the top part of them where they are coming off of my eyelid and concentrating the mascara there to get the thickness, but I'm not running it out the entire length of the lashes, and that's how we're getting that thick look. Okay guys, here is my finished Carrie Underwood makeup tutorial. Now I realize I'm not blonde, I don't have her eyebrows and all that, but it really is just a look utilizing the same techniques from what I can tell from looking at a lot of her pictures. Overall, again, it's a matte, flawless face look. The emphasis is really on the eyes in terms of eyeliner and mascara. And then the lips are kept pretty neutral. Usually it's a light peachy pinky nude gloss. I'm using a shade called Pearly Pink from Palladio. It's a brand available at Sally Beauty Supply. And it's just that pretty light peachy shade. It's called Plump and Shine Herbal Plumping Lip Gloss. But it really doesn't plump that much. But it just is right along the lines of her look there. And now Carrie has really short as in short this way eyebrows, and they're pretty thin as well. So mine are kind of a little bit thicker and kind of long across my face, so you know, you're not getting the exact same look there, but in terms of the liner, the mascara, and all that, I think this is pretty true to what she does on a regular basis with her makeup. So I hope you guys like this look and look for more of the People's 100 Most Beautiful People makeup series coming up. Thanks for watching.